Welcome to Mind Maven, where we explore hypothetical scenarios and their potential outcomes. Today's topic is a theoretical war between Canada and Australia. As we dive into this hypothetical scenario, let's first take a look at the statistical comparisons between these two nations. When it comes to gross domestic product, GDP, Canada's GDP is over $1.6 trillion, while Australia's GDP is around $1.4 trillion. These statistics provide us with a glimpse of the economic and demographic factors that could come into play during a hypothetical conflict. Now, let's examine each nation's military capabilities in more detail. Canada has a total military budget of around $22.2 billion, while Australia's military budget is around $25.9 billion. In terms of manpower, Canada has around 70,000 active military personnel, while Australia has approximately 80,000. When it comes to land warfare, Canada has a total of 146 tanks, while Australia has 59. Canada's main battle tank is the Leopard 2, while Australia uses the Abrams tank. However, Australia has a greater number of infantry fighting vehicles, with a total of 527 compared to Canada's 409. In terms of air power, Canada has a fleet of CF-18 Hornet fighter jets, while Australia operates the FA-18 Hornet. Canada also has a total of 80 attack helicopters, while Australia has 22. In terms of air defense, Canada has 18 surface-to-air missile systems, while Australia has 12. Naval warfare is where things get interesting. Canada has a total of 63 warships, including 12 frigates and 4 submarines. While Australia has 48 warships, including 11 frigates and 6 submarines. However, Australia's navy is highly advanced and equipped with some of the world's most advanced technology, including the Hobart-class destroyer and the Collins-class submarines. Now, let's move on to the hypothetical scenario of the war itself. If Canada and Australia were to go to war, the first question would be, what would be the cause of the conflict? It's hard to imagine a scenario where these two friendly nations would go to war, but let's say that tensions over natural resources, trade, or territorial disputes escalate. In terms of land warfare, both nations have highly trained soldiers, but Canada's cold weather training and experience could give them an edge in certain environments. However, Australia's soldiers have a reputation as some of the world's best jungle fighters. When it comes to air power, Canada's CF-18 Hornets would have an advantage over Australia's FA-18 Hornets, thanks to their superior speed and maneuverability. However, Australia's pilots are highly skilled and could make up for any deficiencies in their aircraft. Another factor to consider is the distance between the two nations. Canada is thousands of miles away from Australia, which could make logistics and supply lines a challenge for both sides. In terms of allies, Canada has close ties with the United States, which could potentially provide support in the form of troops, equipment, and intelligence. Australia, on the other hand, has close ties with the United Kingdom, which could also provide support in a hypothetical conflict. In conclusion, a hypothetical war between Canada and Australia would be a fascinating scenario to explore. While it's hard to imagine such a conflict ever taking place, it's interesting to consider the military comparisons between these two nations and how they would fare in a hypothetical conflict. Let's hope that such a scenario remains firmly in the realm of fiction and that both nations continue to enjoy their friendly relations for many years to come. Thank you for watching.